spacious skies, warm the ways of grace.
When our founding fathers established this republic, they created a political and economic system unique among nations, a system which has led the United States to the very pinnacle in wealth and in world leadership. This series of programs is being presented to help all of us understand better our advantages under our American way of life.
For today's topic, let's join now a group of young people at the National Education Program Workshop in Searcy, Arkansas. At the classroom lectern is Dr. Clifton L. Ganus, Jr., noted young historian.
America's economic progress has resulted from the development of productive ideas and production facilities by people with initiative and courage, people with a spirit of adventure. And this spirit of adventure will continue to be a basic factor in our future progress and prosperity. The socialist and communist propagandists try to persuade people that the frontiers of opportunity in America have been used up, exhausted, that the individual citizens haven't any opportunities for enterprise, for going into business for themselves. This fallacy can best be illustrated by a true life story from our present-day America. I wonder if we have ever stopped to realize how expressly American an ice cream cone is, especially an ice cream cone with a small boy surrounding it. Now, ordinarily, this simple shot would not be news. But not long ago, in the office of a large ice cream company in New York, this sight did make news.
Hey, this is your brilliance ice cream cone, Mr. Carvel. Can't you look a little happier? Okay, thanks a lot, Mr. Carvel.
Well, how's it feel to have sold your billionth scoop of frozen custard, Mr. Carvel?
Well, I'm looking forward to my next billion.
So am I. It's good copy. From ice cream trailer to ice cream tycoon. The Horatio Alger way.
Yeah, you're a lucky man, Mr. Carvel.
Well, see you later.
Lucky, he says.
He wasn't along all the way, Tom. I wonder what we were so optimistic about back there in 1934.
Especially with the patches on those tire tubes.
Look at that dress. Were they really that short?
Yes, they were. And so were we, in the pocketbook.
You know, it seems to me that we went to 1,000 fairs that year, and yet I'll never forget that one.
Westchester County Fair, May 11th, 1934. The coldest May day in 75 years. I wonder how we ever made it. How in the world we ever made it.
Well, we may not be able to sell any of this stuff, but the weather will keep it frozen till next weekend.
That's all we need.
We'll save our ice.
Yeah, and lose the ice cream.
What do you mean?
Oh, I've been keeping things from you, dear. This stuff crystallizes after 12 hours. After that, it isn't frozen custard anymore. It's frozen marble.
Well, now you tell me. All my life savings frozen solid.
Well, listen, I've been tinkering with a brand new idea for a frozen custard machine. I'm going to make my own, a portable one, so we can make our own custard and not have to buy it ready-made.
Well, Thomas Edison Carvel.
Listen, anybody that can keep that bucket of bolts in the back runner has to have a little Edison in him. I shouldn't be afraid of a little thing like a custard freezer.
And what will you use for money?
Well, you know the money I was going to spend on the cone dispenser and the new scoops?
I know. We use the same old scoops, and the cones will come out of the same old box.
But look, honey, I really got something started here. Believe me. Now, look, you know how the custard always comes out thin from those machines we use? Well, I've got an idea how we can beat that. I know I can make a machine that'll answer the problem. All it takes is a few more parts, and I'm absolutely positive that I can have it.
I believe you. I believe you. I believe you. Boy, talk about humoring the mad inventor. What I went through buying parts out of my salary.
He finished the freezer, 13 different versions of it that year.
Yeah, but I was just young enough to be positive that sooner or later the right idea would come to me. I guess I thought it would come in a sudden blinding flash. And it did.
It's only flat on the bottom, son.
Yeah.
Got a spare?
Got a phone. Got a nickel? Business is bad all over, huh? Oh, well.
I'll take one, please.
One?
Frozen custard. Isn't that what your sign said?
Oh, yeah. Look, Pop, it's all right, isn't it? I mean, until the wife can go for a tire?
Sure, it's all right. Stay as long as you please. Pottery business is terrible anyway. You talk about custard. We really sold the stuff. I say we because I was sort of in the firm, especially the tasting department. Well, fair.
Try this one.
Golly. What is that flavor? Mud a la mode.
Well, here.
Say. That's it.
Tom, did you hear that? My prune whip flavor did it. I fed him frozen custard until he was sick of it, and he still likes my prune whip flavor.
Of course he does. So do the customers.
What do you mean, so do the customers?
Oh, well, I mean, so do the customers I've tried it on.
Why, you said we weren't going to try any new flavors until we'd had a chance to test them.
Well, so I tested it on me. Oh, now look, honey. You know I haven't been able to eat that frozen custard for over 2 years. But when I tasted that stuff, well, I knew you had it. And I forgot to mention, it made us an extra $56 last week.
So you weren't going to let me take any credit for it, uh-huh?
Oh, now look, honey, I need that money for some parts for my new freezer motor. I knew you'd scream if I just went ahead and spent it, so I thought I'd mention it, but...
Well, through the years, the machine kept getting better, and the flavors kept tasting better. So before long, Tom had the idea that he might sell some of his machines to other dealers. And he did. And that was the cause of the first big crisis in the Carvel Company.
Foreclose. Oh, foreclosures from the finance company on those new freezers you just sold. 14 out of 22.
Which means we have to take back the machines.
And pay back the finance company.
Out of money we've already spent on something else.
Well, what are we going to do?
Well, it won't do any good to sell the machines to other operators.
The finance company's going to be leery after this experience. What are we going to do, Tom?
Expand.
Oh, Tom, this is serious. 14 of your freezers have been repossessed. We don't know how many more dealers are going to fail. All of our ready cash is tied up in freezers being made right now.
Look, Egg, what's been the weakness in this setup of ours? The freezer is good, we know that. So why have the dealers who used it failed? It's because they haven't given service as good as the product. I've been around to see some of these people we've sold freezers to. I could have predicted this. Now look, what if instead of just selling the freezers and forgetting about them, we sold them only to good dealers on a franchise basis? with our system of quality control and advice as part of a package. A specified system of sales, specified building, products, packages, everything, tested on a chain basis, and a chain set up all over the East, administered by us and advised by us, with our knowledge and using our equipment, but with every one of those dealers a free enterpriser, an owner, his own boss. Now look, Ag, I've been thinking about this an awful lot.
This story has been typically American, and every basic fact in it is true. Today, the company built by Tom and Agnes Carvel controls some 250 highly successful roadside stands, giving employment to 3,000 people, and they're still expanding. And so are some of their competitors. It all goes to prove that the frontiers of opportunity in America are wide open. In fact, opportunity in this dynamic nation of ours never has been greater. So the socialists, with their gloomy picture of a dead economy, are wrong again. In fact, tens of thousands of businesses are started in America every year, and other thousands of businesses and industries are constantly expanding. It's a good thing, too. For although we probably have not given it much thought, 1 million new jobs must be created annually in America to take care of our young men and women entering adulthood. These new jobs are being created, and they will continue to be created so long as we have our free American system with its incentives for enterprise, producing people like the Carvels and their wonderful spirit of adventure. In our next classroom session of the American Adventure, we shall look more closely at this philosophy called socialism, which seeks to challenge our own philosophy of freedom. But for now, class dismissed.
The American Adventure Series is a production of the National Education Program, Searcy, Arkansas. Dr. George S. Benson, director. Dr. Clifton L. Ganus, Jr. was our instructor. This is a continuing series based on the unique political and economic system which has made America great. Watch for the next presentation of the American Adventure.